Can you hear me now? Oh boy, that was close. Are we good? We should be good. Loki is saying hi on YouTube. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. That was my bad. I was muted. Now everyone can hear me. Sound is back. All right, hey Miguel, thanks. We've avoided our first disaster of the day, and I'm sure there will be many more as we dive into this tough crossword. And Scav is already coming in with a guess, and Ledition agrees. I kind of agree as well. Minius Mini says you're muted. Hopefully that's going to be corrected in a second for you. All right, let's get into it. We've got this. This is from the Stan Newman Daily Crossword line. This is yesterday's puzzle, so it should be pretty tough. It is called Canines. So let's keep that in mind. The title of the puzzle is usually a hint to what the theme is going to be. So maybe we're going to encounter some dogs in the grid. And if you're new here, my name is Jack. I will guide us through the puzzle, but these are always more fun the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue and think you know the answer, pop it into chat. I will collect everybody's input and make this a group solving effort. Good morning, Jessica. Amy Gal says, Lay says, apology won't cut it, Jack. I know, I'm going to have to work harder to get you all back. Coal. Let's put coal in. Blast furnace fuel seems quite reasonable. And Blake, how's it going? Ooh, Scav says, who got a Slurpee yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was 7-Eleven, right? July 11th. So they're giving away free Slurpees at 7-Eleven. I did not get one. Minius Mini pointing out on YouTube that canines could be dogs or teeth. Yes. That's a very common crossword misdirection. Bite-sized dessert with a handle. Ledition says it was also French fry day. Scrapalicious says that blast furnaces use coke, a rendered carbon product. I'll be disappointed if they went with coal. Interesting. Well, coke and coal have the same first two letters. So this one is not going to disambiguate them. But most people are coming in with cake pop, which I love. Bite-sized dessert with a handle. I love that as an entry, and I also love cake pops. Should we check the L to see coal versus coke? Dear three-wheel devices. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Scav says, I think the layman would just think coal, though. I'm certainly a layman when it comes to blast furnaces. Baby girl, thanks for the heart. Rich says, disambiguate? Okay, SAT words. Yeah. This channel's all about words. Maybe we chip away at this more slowly and do 13 across. Since it's a shorter answer, we've got an A in place, sharp-tongued. Sharp-tongued. We already have our first disagreement at 1 across. Is it coal or coke? I have never heard of coke for blast furnace fuel, but whoever brought it up seemed awfully confident. So maybe we just leave the CO in there. Yeah, BurnerBot thinks that that coal is more likely. I don't know. Logician says edgers could be 4 down. Edgers. Dear three-wheel devices. Yeah, it really could be, actually. Shania and Dad Not Dude and Tess all say acid for sharp-tongued. And Scav is saying acid isn't an adjective, though, but I think it is. It's weirdly, acid is both a noun, and I think it actually can be an adjective in this way. So acid really could be it. And interestingly, acid does work with edgers, which Ledition was, oh my god. Is it actually edgers and coke? Let's see if this K checks out. If this checks out, what some spirits are said to be. Oh my, this might actually work. Wow. 6'2" says, which crossword is this? So all the crosswords we solve here are from Arkadium.com. This one comes from Stan Newman's Daily Crossword, and I believe it's yesterday's puzzle. Becky Wright and Parsimonious Decour and Wanda all say kindred. Kindred spirits. That sounds great. So spirits is not referring to alcohol or ghosts. Kindred spirits. So it was coke after all. Wow. Scrapalicious says, oh, look, the big brain was correct. Yeah. Oh, no. I have a terrible feeling this crossword is going to make me feel ignorant, because I did not know that coke was blast furnace fuel. What a way to clue it. Congrats to whoever got that first. What's played before many NHLers play? What's played before many NHLers play? We could also do some short ones. Pranav is saying that 16 across looks like it's going to be king. I do agree. It does look like that. But I like what I'm getting. Mike McKinney and Scrapalicious and Scab all saying, oh, Canada. A lot of NHL teams in Canada. Oh, Canada is the national anthem. So I think that looks great. Let's make sure the crosses check out. Betting accessory is a pad. Metrical tributes, not the easiest clue for odes, but it works. Metrical because it's poetry. Repeat without thinking. Repeat without thinking. Brent noting that Coke also fuels people. I guess that's true. And we're also looking at 16 across. Ooh, getting my first emojis of the day. Yeah, parrot. Repeat without thinking is to parrot. Might as well do 20 across while we're here. Lily likes the live. Thanks for liking the live, Lily. Welcome back. Let's see. Jenny Jelly says, ended, a thing of the past. Yeah. It's a thing of the past. It has ended. I think that works nicely. And what do we have at 17? A Shakespearean stir. Interesting. What's going on? People are talking. Man, chat is going fast already, and we were just starting. Jenny Jelly followed us. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks for getting me out of whatever distraction I was in, trying to keep up with this chat. Ado. Pranav says, what's an ado? Ado means like a flurry of activity, an ado. So when people say, like, without further ado, here's so-and-so, like, without all of this fanfare. So a stir is another word for that. And it's Shakespearean because there's a famous Shakespeare play called Much Ado About Nothing. All right, bounding beasts at 16 across. This certainly looks like it's going to be kangaroos, which Lay is guessing. So not a dog like I thought we might get at our first theme answer. I'm assuming this is a themer because it's a long across entry. Not sure, though. But Lay found some kangaroo emojis that look very nice, as did Loki on YouTube. Nice. Scav said cake pop in the puzzle. It's a sign I should go to Starbucks. Yes. If you ever needed a sign, I am also a sucker for the cake pops at Starbucks. They're so good. To blunder is to err. Dad Not Dude and Tess and Ledition all giving me that. That looks good. Sort of crow. Sort of crow. What do we think? What do we think? Jenny Jelly's good, and Becky Wright as well. Nice. A rook. A rook is a type of bird. I guess it's a type of crow. I think that looks good. Detroit River's destination. Really getting the... Lay says Costa girl here. We don't have that many Costa coffees in the US, or at least in the Northeast where I am. Pranav says Jenny Jelly is good at this. Yeah, and it's a username I don't recognize. Jenny Jelly, are you new here? And why are you so good at crosswords? Meow and Sybil both say Erie for Detroit River's destination. That looks nice. Lake Erie, the Detroit River, I guess, ends up there. That's my cue. That's my cue. Jenny Jelly says, yes, I'm new and good at crosswords. All right. Well, welcome. Glad you're here. We do this every day in case you didn't know. We're here every day at noon solving crosswords, usually tough ones, and we need smart people like you. Shania and Lucinda say, I'm on. That's my cue. Yeah, that looks good. I'm on. I like people welcoming Jenny Jelly to the fold. Win in a walk. Miniest Mini on YouTube also got I'm on. Nice job. Brent says, uh-oh, I gotta go if you need smart people. Don't you denigrate yourself, Brent. I see right through it. We all know you're smart. Pranav, thanks for following us. Okay. Oh, wow. People are already cracking the theme. That's wild. And we just started. But we have a theory. We have a theory from several people. I think Scav, Dad Not Dude. Okay, I see. Okay, so if you missed the beginning, the title of today's puzzle is Canines. And people are suggesting that this is not about dogs, it's not about teeth, it's about the letter K and 9-letter words. Oh my. So kangaroos, some clever folks are noticing, it has 9 letters and begins with a K. So maybe, oh, and even here at 21, we can already see a 9-letter word beginning with K. Ah, it's K9. Scav, you're good. Scav is always good. Unsurpassed in intricacy. Let's verify this one. Shania says knowledge, unsurpassed in intricacy. I don't quite feel the lock there. Although Becky Wright is agreeing, so maybe I'm just knowledge. It does fit. It is 9 letters. Everyone, FDT and AJ Bradley both like it. And C. Logan is saying no. C. Logan also likes knowledge. All right, let's go with knowledge then. Win in a walk. I think some people were answering this. Romp. To romp is to like win easily. And Surrey Race Place. Surrey Race Place. I know I have some Brits in chat. So y'all should know this. I think Scav is not one of the Brits in chat, but just a very quick on the keyboard. Okay, are we correcting knowledge? It does work with Epsom, which is a race place in Surrey. Scav says, I only know Epsom salt. Me too, actually. I mean, okay. Epsom salt is my first association with the word Epsom. But now that they remind me that there's a racetrack, I have heard that before. Shania says naughtiest for unsurpassed in intricacy. I like that a lot better than knowledge. Because if something is very naughty, it's super intricate. And if it's unsurpassed, it's the most naughty. So I think that's a better one. But this does agree with what people were saying for the theme, that it looks like we were getting 9-letter words beginning with K. I'm trying to see. Yeah, there's a bunch of 9-letter words. I wonder if the downs also. Seems like 9 is the longest entry in the puzzle, and there are a bunch of 9s. I wonder if they're all going to start with K. Bodon says that 22 is tat. Nice, drawing from a needle, like a tattoo. Get a drawing from a needle. I like that. And Ledition on Twitch, along with User255 and Parsimonious Decor, say a Mac. Yeah, Apple product looks like a Mac. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Do we go with this long one? Complaining constantly. Complaining constantly. What is that going to be? Bodon, thanks for following us. Thanks a lot. If anyone else is watching and doesn't follow us, do consider it. It helps us continue the show, and it helps you remind you when we're streaming, because we do this every day at noon, and you don't want to have to write that in your calendar. You just want TikTok to remind you. Shania says kvetching, complaining constantly. Who doesn't love the word kvetching? Pretty rare for a word to start with KV. Are they all Yiddish? I could think of kvel is another one. Are there any other words that start with KV? Elise says, what is kvetching? Brent says kvetching is crazy, lol. Yeah, kvetching is a word that comes from Yiddish, and it means to complain. Amy else says, didn't know I'd need Yiddish today. Well, you never know what you're going to need at Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. Clementine, thanks for sharing. Many a sweater. Minius Mini has also never heard of kvetching. Have you heard of kvel? Which is another Yiddish KV word. Many a sweater. Ledition and AJ and Baby Girl and Rose all saying knit. Many a sweater. Yeah, that looks good. What's this ending in I? Avatar race. Ah, I know this one. Scav says, I still think Coke is crazier than kvetching. Some people knew Coke. People who knew their blast furnaces were actually pretty confident when we had coal in that coal was going to be wrong. Yeah, Mr. Brent, I don't know anything Wolf says Navi, which is definitely correct. The big blue people in Avatar are called the Navi. Ledition says, I think Avatar is a movie. Yeah. Yeah, one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Brent says, Jack, I know pop culture. And user255 says, is Brent the lunch guy? Yes. Yeah, I think Brent's first time joining our streams, he got everybody involved in deciding what he should have for lunch. And then after everyone gave their input, he just decided to go with what he was always going to eat for lunch. Wind-powered spinner. Barbara, yes, I do see you. I'm sorry, I have so many chats going that sometimes I get lost in them, but I definitely see you. And I see Angie on YouTube giving me vane, a wind-powered spinner, a weather vane, nice. Barbara got that as well. I saw it. Levels out. Levels out. What do we got? Yeah. Lily and Amy and Parsimonious Decor and Kaylin say evens. Yeah, to even out. Happy Saturday, Jilly. Glad you're here. Just in time. Yeah, there's no emoji for evens, so Scav giving me the even numbers, 2468. Nice idea. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. Yeah, Tess and User35 and Dad Not Dude and Triton saying, I need it. That's how I feel whenever I see a cake pop behind a glass counter. Gotta have it. Early 6th century date. Okay. Early 6th century date. Pro tip, there are usually not numbers in a crossword grid. So this is likely to be Roman numerals. 6th century means in the 500s. And who knows the Roman numerals? Not Amy Gal. Amy Gal's giving me the shrug. Dad Not Dude. Dad Not Dude, the first person to give me Roman numerals. AJ says, I don't know what D would be in Roman numerals. D is 500. Jessica says this could be anything. No, it can't be anything. D is 500 in the Roman numerals. And Dad Not Dude says 502, which would be an early 6th century date. So I think it's a good guess. There could be a V somewhere, I suppose. Warthog likes DII as well. The eyes look promising with the crosses, so I think we're in good shape here. But apparently Roman numerals just screeched us to a halt. Mini says, I know my Roman numerals except for D. Well, today that's been fixed. D is 500 in Roman numerals. Stretchy. Stretchy. What do we got? Raller 1227 and Metrom. Oh, well, Metromom says tension and Raller says tensile. I like tensile a little better. Because it seems to fit the clue a little better, right? Yeah, tension is a noun, exactly. To this day. To this day. What do we got? Addition is quick. And Noah and Kaylin saying still. Yeah. It's ongoing. It's to this day. It's still happening. And exhilarate, yeah, I think some people were earlier putting thrill in. To exhilarate is to thrill. Dysentery Gary says, hey, my dude, I'm ready to play. Great. Well, you're just in time. We're finding canines in today's grid, and not the kind of canines you're thinking. It's all about, oh yeah, so by the way, yeah, this down was also a 9-letter K word. So we're getting crosses and downs in today's theme. We already have 3. I wonder if we'll have 9 in the end. Lily says Intel, which is Mongol. By the way, a good clue for Intel. Mongol. Bonus points to any clue that rhymes. Lily said that Intel is her opening word in Wordle. Interesting. It's a good one. It's got a lot of common letters, a mix of vowels and consonants. Seems like a good starting word. Angie and Rick knew it on YouTube. Scav said I changed my starting word to stale. I think I read somewhere that the optimal one is crane. CRANE. HMO personnel. Jilly says RNA, but I think I prefer Brent and Dad Not Dude and Ledition's input of RNs, registered nurses. I think this works better. RNs. Adam says raise is the best. Raise is what I use as my opening word in Wordle. Dysentery Gary says, what? No way, crane. I think it is. I think I read that somewhere. Someone should definitely check my work, though. Amy Gal says, what's HMO? What does it stand for? It's health something. HMO is like your insurance plan. Yeah, this guy says some medical thing. That's exactly how I'm feeling about it. So registered nurses are personnel involved in your, health insurance. Ledition says health maintenance organization. Okay. Lily says crane makes sense because of for a starting word in Wordle, because the E and the N are in their most common spot already. That's a good explanation. And C is a more common letter than people give it credit for. Kaylin confirms. New York Times said crane is the best starting word. All right. Barbara says kilobytes for software storing cryptographic codes. It's an interesting idea. It doesn't work with the N here, which I'm feeling good about. Mook says encryptions. Tess says I'm thinking key something. Yeah, and Scav is noting it has to start with K. There's a 9-letter entry in the puzzle, and we're thinking all the 9 letters are going to start with K because today's theme is canines. Canines. We could check 37 down just to verify. Mazda alternative. I can think of a 3-letter K beginning Mazda alternative. Wanda and Jenny Jelly like keychains. Yeah, actually makes sense. Keychains, software storing cryptographic codes. I see that pop up on my computer sometimes, like use keychain, store password in keychain. I think that works. And A Kits saying Kia for the Mazda alternative. Looks good. Shania giving me a keychain emoji. Wow, we're really doing full-on Rebus puzzles now in chat. All right. Angie likes Kia. Eli likes Kia. Let's start filling in this central spot. Barbara likes Kia. Part of a printer. 24 down. Part of a printer. Brent got Trey. Not pop culture, mind you. So Brent doesn't only know pop culture, despite what he says. Barrel into. Let's see. Yeah, for the let's see. So I got run and ram as 2 guesses in chat. I guess you can run into someone, you can ram into someone. I feel like ram is a little bit better for barrel into. That's Barbara's vote. Amy Gal likes ram, so let's go with that. Minnie's Minnie and Angie voting run. It's pretty split, actually. We'll check the downs right away and sort this out. Disambiguate, if you will. Moves like pendulums. Moves like pendulums. Yeah. What do we think? Ron on YouTube also likes Ram. Yeah, I like some guesses I'm seeing here. Lori B. Oh, well, Lori B says arch. And other people are saying arcs, which I actually like better because the tense in the clue tends to match the tense in the answer. So we're talking present tense, moves like pendulums. So it's arcs. No Face says, what's today's theme? The title of the puzzle is Canines. And we have some clever people in chat have noticed that all of the 9-letter entries so far in the puzzle begin with K. So these are literally K9s. Naughtiest, kvetching, and kangaroos. And it seems nobody likes the word kvetching but me. Oh, and keychains is another one that we found. All right. Indian-born maestro. Oh boy. I'm not up on my Indian-born maestros. Is anyone else? Dad Not Dude likes kvetching. All right. And Lucinda says she counted 7 9-letter words. Okay, so I guess we don't get 9 9-letter words. Fair enough. Leia saying, oh, Ledition. Leia saying Mohit. Ledition says meta. Maybe we need crosses. Wanda says meta. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's just throwing ideas out there and who's like, oh, I know this person. Shania says meta. Erica does. Okay, Mook. So let's go with it. I don't know this maestro. Meryl's Danish roll. Oh boy. This is presumably Meryl Streep. But Danish roll? What is that? Scab and Shania and Ledition all say Karen. David Adams says Out of Africa. Okay. So Out of Africa is a movie with Meryl Streep. Why is it Danish? Why am I slow here? Gypsy says Out of Africa. Everyone's saying Karen, Neil, and Baby Girl. Deadlock says, hi, better late than never. Yes, you're barely late. We're halfway through. Still got a lot of crossword to go. Welcome. Karen, oops, not Karen. Karen is the character from Out of Africa, says Ron and Jenny Jelly. Why is it Danish? Indian-born director. A lot of proper nouns in this section. Luckily, we have a bunch of smarties in chat. Shernsey, hi to you. Brent says Karen loved Danish pastries. I don't know, I'm lying. Thank you for spreading misinformation, Brent. Okay. Lily's guessing Navi for Indian-born director. It can't be Navi because Navi was already in the grid. You don't repeat in crosswords. Wanda and Shania saying Nair. Nair? Tough section. This is the naughtiest section of the crossword so far. Cop-op. We got Mole-goal and Cop-op. And Ledition and Erica and a bunch of people, David, are saying sting. Yeah. Like a sting operation, a cop's operation. Shortcake got sting. Ooh, a lot of new people in chat. Lori B and Gina and Jonathan Eltgroth all saying sting. So it looks like Nair is looking better by the second. Legendary Sanctuary. Loki and Minius Mini and Angie on YouTube all got sting. And Barbara, sting operations. Nice work. Lay says cop operation, haha. Yeah, it's a good clue, cop op. Yeah, and Shortcake and Jenny Jelly all saying Ark for Legendary Sanctuary. Noah's Ark. Well, the sanctuary for the animals during the flood. So the crosses have checked out, and it looks like Nair was the Indian-born director. Well done. Well done, everybody. Supplies for 22 down. 22 down is right up here, drawing from a needle. Okay, so tattoo. So the tattoo supplies are going to be inks. Yes, inks. Let's so we already have a K starting this 9-letter one, so let's finish this off. Tokens of affection. Tokens of affection. Scav says, I'm afraid to get one. Are you talking tattoo? Does that mean you want to get a tattoo, but you're afraid? Tokens of affection. I like Erica's answer, David Adams' answer, and Felicious and Ghoul. A lot of new usernames. Keepsakes. That looks great. Fits perfectly. Tokens of affection. Fits the clue. I like it. Starts with K. It's one of our canines. Miniest Mini likes it. Shania is getting a tattoo this summer. What's it going to be? Brent asks if I have tattoos. I do not. I do not have any tattoos. And Jenny Jelly sent a heart. Thanks for that. Alamo Defender, Dad Not Dude, and The Real K Rabbit. Applecake, thanks for following us. And Jay Oakley, a lot of people saying Bowie. Oof. Angie likes Bowie. But classic, okay, when you see the name Bowie, is your first association the Alamo Defender, or is it David Bowie? Am I alone in saying David Bowie? And I feel like that's a theme in this crossword where nothing is its first association. When you think Coke, you're not thinking blast furnace fuel. Oh, of course, Coke, the blast furnace fuel. By the way, I'm not complaining. You know, this is what I want from a hard crossword. I want to learn new senses of words, but everyone agrees, David. Yeah, everyone associates Bowie with David. Tess says, I don't know American history. Tony, thanks for following us. Okay, German beer brand. Dad Not Dude, an unknown stuntman like Bex. Yes, that seems right. Angie says, David Bowie was my first concert. I saw it 13 years old. I loved him. That's awesome. What a memory. Fully absorbed. Amy Gal says, I'm not a beer drinker, and Scav says it tastes like garbage to me. Fair enough. It's not the best tasting beverage. Devvox says lots of K's today. Yeah, that is in fact the theme. The theme is canines, so it's all the 9-letter entries in the puzzle begin with K. Canines. Fully absorbed. Captain Jack is back. Always a pleasure to have you here. And coming in with good answers. Enwrapped, I like that. Fully absorbed. Captain Jack says depends on the type of beer. What are you partial to? USCG non-com. Okay, USCG is probably the Coast Guard. Dad Not Dude, quick on this one with CPO, although Rand voting for CPL, like Corporal. CPO would be what, Chief Petty Officer? Which one's it going to be? Maybe we leave it blank, although the O does look a lot more promising with the down, doesn't it? Chief Petty Officer is the Real K Rabbit's vote. Let's check it out. Angie's a Scotch drinker. Texted, essentially. And Felicious likes root beer. Mark O'Brien says wrote to. Yeah, texted, essentially. You wrote to them. Not too complicated. Seems good. We got another K here, by the way. I hadn't noticed. Name on 4 Best Actress Oscars. Name on 4 Best Actress Oscars. Captain Jack says root beer is nice. I like that we're all agreeing on our food tastes for once. Normally, food... My last stream, we were talking pulp and orange juice, and Let me tell you, if there's one subject that divides a chat, it's pulp. But today everyone seems to be in agreement that root beer is nice. Beth Crow says Catherine. Yeah, it's got to be Katharine Hepburn for Best Actress Oscars. Very impressive. It's probably the record, right? L'Addition says she tied in 1969 with Barbara Streisand for Best Actress. They actually tied? I didn't know that was possible. Tess says no pulp, my guy. Lily says no pulp. Scab says pulp is good. See, it's just so easy to start a brawl in chat. Oh no, Scab says I hate root beer too. All right. You need to do a lap. Theoretically. On paper, nice. Devbox likes on paper. Yeah, theoretically. That's good. You have the floor. Brent is like, Scav, you should get that checked out. That Scav doesn't like root beer. Hey, Miguel's never had root beer. Okay. Who do we got? Mark O'Brien and Jay Oakley both saying, speak. Yeah, you have the floor. Speak. It's time to speak. That looks great. By the way, a lot of new names in chat, and if you're not already following us, do consider following us. It's good for us. It's good for you. Tough to crack. This crossword has been a little tough to crack at times. Veggie Burger, thanks for following us. Yeah, this crossword is hard indeed. Barbara McDowell on Facebook got that. Nice one. And let's check the crosses as usual. Sticks and Steaks. User 553 followed us. Sticks and Steaks are both rods. Yeah, I guess both types of rods, like tent stakes. And what do we got here? Hugo's Being. Oh my god, what a clue. That's not easy. Etre, I guess, is to be in French. And Hugo, maybe this is Victor Hugo, French writer? It's Rick followed us, thanks. All right, moving on. People still debating sodas in chat. Pepsi is gross. What do we have? Organic sealant. Jay Oakley followed us, thank you. Organic sealant. Yeah, tar is looking right. Rand likes it. Kerry, thanks for following us. You don't normally think of tar as organic, but yeah, of course it is. It's like a carbon material. And we got Milkman back in chat. And he does it. Kaylin says Sprite's the best. Debate over. Gonna have to disagree with you, Kaylin. Jug band instrument. Jug band instrument. Charlie Rowland says sax. Yeah, that looks good. A lot of people saying saw, though. Blondie, more people saying saw. I guess a jug band, the whole point is you're using impromptu, like, household items, right? User 255 says, Jack, what's your favorite soda? I am a Dr. Pepper guy myself. Actually, Diet Dr. Pepper, if we're going to be specific. Erica likes it, too. Yeah. Dr. Pepper is really one of those love it or hate it type of brands, I think. User changed apps. User changed apps. Lily says, yes, Dr. Pepper is the best. All right, I'm glad I have. And my Dr. Pepper tastes got me a follow from Lucky, so I'll never change. Jenny Jelly and Ash say wikis. That makes sense. Yes, wikis. Like Wikipedia, it's edited by users. And this might be our final canine in the grid. Why don't we check in and see if we can do anything with this? Two-wheeler support. Two-wheeler support. What is that getting at? Ash says chocolate milk, period. Okay, chocolate milk is delicious, but I don't really think it belongs in a what's the best soda conversation. But it really animated AJ, so. Nice. Ledition on Twitch, and a bunch of people, Felicious and Shania and Devvox and Lucinda, all saying kickstand, a two-wheeler support. Yeah, the little stick on your bike that holds it up when you're not riding it. Our final canine. Brandy, thanks for following us. Ash says, remember Splurge. Oh man, that sounds vaguely familiar. Was that a soda for a brief time? Rick on YouTube also got kickstand, as did Angie. Common shift starter. Someone whose username is 42 says 9. Something confusing about that. But yeah, I think 9 is the answer here. Like 9 to 5, common time to start your work shift. All right, we're getting there. Gypsy says, don't drink Windex. Gypsy always coming in with good advice. Andean Ancient. Andean Ancient. Charlie Rollins and NJD. And Mark O'Brien all say Inca. Yeah, that would be great. And what do we have? A Latin look crossing in public view. In public view. And we might as well look at this last one. Midwest State. Midwest State. Yeah, I am liking what I'm seeing. I think in public view is going to be seen. The Midwest State is Kansas. And look in Latin is etche. Loki says, what's Inca? The Incans were an ancient civilization in Peru and other South American countries that built Machu Picchu. Eke, says Charlie. Sorry about that. Okay. Mountain climbed by Muir. Shasta. Scav says Shasta. Logician likes it as well. Nice work. Grasps. Dad Not Dude says Shasta. Nice. And now people are talking ice cream. Oh my, when did we get onto ice cream? And everyone has different tastes. Loki says, oh, thanks for the info. I got you, Loki. That's what we're about here. We find things in crosswords and we learn about them together. Lily and Shania and Parsimonious says has, to grasp. To grasp is to have. Dad Not Dude suggesting a root beer float. Might as well combine our interests here. Shania and user255 asking my favorite ice cream. I am pretty partial to dulce de leche. Brent says, Jack, are you married? Just noticed the ring. I am married. Rocky's Resort. Rocky's Resort. Dad Not Dude says Aspen. Yeah, Aspen skiing mecca in Colorado. Looks good. Looks very good. Oh man, I can't even respond to these comments. You guys are making me blush. Stylistic senses. 49 down. Um, 49 down. Beth and Morgan and Kaylin all like tastes. Yeah. Everyone has good taste here. Except for Scav, who doesn't like root beer. Very much. Lucinda giving me the tongue emoji for taste. And the Miniest Mini got tastes on YouTube. All right, we have pretty much just this one corner left. I think we're out of K9s. So time to make these last few count. James and Jesse and Cat and Jack all say tons for very much. Yeah, tons of. DevVox agrees. I like it as well. All right, in abundance. In abundance. What do we got here? Yeah, Angie likes tons. Amy Gal says, I wish there had been 9 canines. That would have been a nice touch. I agree. But I did appreciate that they were down and across. Like, a lot of them are intersecting, which from a constructing perspective is not easy to get your theme answers to intersect. To spare. Jilly and James and Erica all say to spare, in abundance, yeah. We've got so much, we've got some to spare. Cool. 44 down. Cricket equipment. Ooh, any cricketers? Cricket equipment. Oh my, I think I just figured this out. Wow. Is that the hardest clue in the puzzle so far? Antenna? Are we talking actual crickets here? That's pretty funny. Cricket equipment antenna. Overexert. Yeah, Amy Goss is very good. I was thinking of the sport. Me too. I mean, equipment was very suggestive, right? You wouldn't normally talk about a part of a bug as equipment. And you would definitely talk about sports equipment. So Barbara on Facebook got antenna, nice work. Yeah, Jilly and Fernando saying tax to overexert. What is this X though? Letters expressing affection. Nice final entry in the puzzle. Yeah, Lily's asking how would X work in the downs. I was wondering the same, but it looks like it actually does. Craig is admitting he was on a bender last night and seeing memories of it in the crossword grid. Yeah, it looks like 45 down. We're going to end on X's and O's. Very pleasant entry to end on. We might as well check the crosses. Erno Rubik, famous for the Rubik's Cube. And salty water is going to be C's. All right, I'm going to put X's and O's here. Can I get a drum roll? Are we going to get our confetti? Or do we have an error somewhere in the grid? And while I have you hostage, eager for this confetti, one more plea to follow us if you're not already following us. I'm going to put the S in and see if we got... Yes, nice. Very good work, everybody. Good work finding these canines. Kangaroos, kvetching, my personal favorite, naughtiest, keychains, keepsakes, Catherine, and kickstand. That's a lot of theme material in one puzzle. Michelle Quick, thanks for following us. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I have a ton of fun solving these with you guys. Please join us again tomorrow. I'll be back with a fresh puzzle. I really want to see you there. And in the meantime, check out Arkadium.com. They put together lots of awesome crosswords like this and tons of other games as well. Amy Gal loved the theme today. That's what I like to hear. DevVox, one last comment saying cream soda is the best. Yeah, we didn't even talk about cream soda. Scav said, everyone get a cake pop. Yeah, I wish. Let's all go out and get cake pops. Sue Berry followed us. Thank you, Sue. Lily says bye. Felicious says bye. All right, I am going to sign off. I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.